Hello and thank you for joining us for our Park City Buyer's Edge Special Buyers webinar. I'm Jeremy Wilstein, or the young guy.
And I'm Ed Knapp, the old guy.
And we're here to share with you what's been happening in the world of Park City real estate, and especially drawn towards the buyers looking to purchase or invest in Park City real estate.
We hope you pay a special attention to this particular Park City Buyer's Edge webinar, because we feel we're at a very important point here in real estate, in particularly Park City, where it's an excellent time to be buying real estate.
We want to put that alert out there, the alert for 2013. Woo, woo. The train is leaving the station. You want to be on that when you invest in Park City real estate.
And right now, we're going to show you some data that would indicate why it's an absolutely excellent time, perhaps one of the best times in most of our lives, to be investing in real estate, and in particular in Park City, Utah.
So we've got four main topics of this evening to cover. First off, we're going to talk about how the inventory is the lowest inventory we've seen in our Park City MLS history.
Then we want to talk about the interest rates at historic 50-year lows. I think some of you know that, but we want to talk about what the actual impact of that is.
And then we're going to talk about the affordability index, and it is at record highs right now, and it's a great showing with the interest rates.
Great. And then we also want to share with you some data that indicates the rebound has begun for real estate.
So let's just jump right into our topics. The first topic we're going to talk about is inventory, and this graph on the screen goes back to December of 2000. In the red bar is the actual units sold, and the blue bar is the units listed at the time. So if we look back to 2000 and we move forward, we can see in 2005, 2006, the height of our market, you can see that the red line, which indicates the number of units sold, has gotten closer with the blue line, which is total units listed. So about 2005, 70, maybe 70% of all properties listed were selling. And then you can see the inventory kept rising 2006, 2007, 2008. While you see the red line, sales dropped completely, and we all know what happened during that time period in our history. As you look towards the end of the graph, and apologize, some of the numbers are a bit jumbled, but as we look towards the end of 2012, we can see the blue line is the lowest in the history of our MLS, which goes back to 12 years. And we can see that the red line is slowly increasing, which shows the total units sold.
Right. And
the blue line and the red line are getting closer. So
they're converging, and that always means the same thing.
Prices are going to go up.
They're going up. They're going up.
So that was our graph about inventory. Then we're going to move on to the affordability index, and Ed's going to cover that.
Yes, if you look at the affordability index, now keep in mind that the affordability index is usually measured by the National Association of Realtors throughout the country. And what they're looking at here is not only interest rates, which we're going to see in a minute, and interest rates are going down, and that forces the affordability index up. In addition, the affordability index also includes the pricing of the properties relative to that interest rate. And so what we're seeing right now is interest rates are extremely low. We're going to show you that in the next slide. And not only that, if you go back and look at that last slide, we have a situation where we're seeing pricing and number of sales are just coming off of flat spots and moving up. That means that we expect to see prices to move up rather well in the next few years here. So there's an inflection point that's occurring right now. And one more thing. Any of us that have been around long enough, young guy, to understand how charts look, whenever we see a hockey stick, and that's what we call this, in other words, we've seen a large jump in affordability index from 2005 to 2010 and onward now. Whenever we see that rapid increase in an index or an indice, we know that there's a hockey stick occurring, and that is almost always indicative of a bubble. So what that means is you get to participate right now and take advantage of that affordability index, which is probably not going to last very much longer. And in fact, we would expect to see data in the very near future, in the next perhaps 60, 90 days that will show that the affordability index is actually coming down right now. So we are making a call to action to anybody who's thinking about investing in real estate right now to take a serious investigation into doing that and contact us.
And moving on to interest rates, we all know interest rates are at historic lows, but we want to show this graph to just show exactly how low they are. And this graph goes all the way back to 1972 when we were hovering, looks like 7.5, and then moving up in 82 up to 18.25, and then it slowly come down to 2012. I don't remember those days.
I closed an escrow in 1982 at 16.5% interest rate, and the seller paid 20 points to get the buyer qualified at that interest rate. That's how crazy it was out there. And so I think people want to, what we're trying to do is convey right now that these interest rates are probably not going to last. In fact, they're not going to last. And this is an excellent time to lock in financing and to borrow money for the next 30 years if that's what you want to do. And I'm fairly certain in the future you're going to be very happy locking in extremely low interest rates on already discounted real estate that is also showing signs that it's going to go up. Additionally, I'd like to talk about exogenous factors. We have the Fed right now, which, Bernanke's policy is to keep interest rates low to force us back into a consumer mode. We're seeing consumer confidence go up. We're seeing basic materials go up. Our builders are telling us in the Utah area, our builders are telling us that their inventory is shrinking right now, and that their best location properties are selling very, very quickly. So these are all indications that steam is building in that engine, and the train is getting ready to leave the station.
Yeah, and just so everybody knows, we practice what we're saying. I actually bought a property a couple months ago, and I've been waiting around for the last 2 years and jumped on a property in the area. I bought a house here in Park City. There hasn't been another one come on the market since.
I think you've probably made money on that property even in the last 5 or 6 months.
I think I've made
money. And I've recently closed some escrows where if my buyers had not performed, I was going to go in and step in and act as the buyer myself, because I'm practicing what I preach here to you people tonight.
All right, so we're going to move on to this next table that actually Ron Wilstein has put together, my father.
Son of Ron.
Yeah. So what we did here is we went back 8 years to 2005. If you're on our monthly webinars, you've probably seen this graph, but we want to show it real quickly that in 2005, and this is the number of closed sales, and this is all homes, condos, and vacant land, and this goes through our MLS. So in 2005, we sold a record number 2,989 properties when the market was going absolutely crazy. And then as that bubble bursted in 2006, dropped to 1,736, and then all the way down to a low, as you see on the graph, in 2009, only 693 sales. You see in 2010, we start climbing back into the green with 955 sales, then 1,112 sales in 2011. So far, this graph was through November 30th, and we had already 1,122 sales. We're going to report on this at the end of the year, but if projected, we would have approximately 1,224 sales so far this year. So you can see a nice upswing in what the market is doing in terms of closed transactions.
Couple that with the fact that inventory in Park City is down about 35% from last year, and throughout Utah, about 27%. The inventory is down. So this is real indicative data of where this market is going to go. And all we're asking is that you get on the train with us and help us help you make some money.
Don't get left behind.
Because that's why we're here.
Yeah.
We're really convinced we have some real solid buy signals for buyers right now. And I'd like to make a couple of comments regarding that if we get the time.
Yeah.
First of all, right now, when you look at this data, and we're more than happy to send you additional data. If you want to see additional data, the data that we're looking at, the drill down data, we're happy to share that with you. Just contact us. No obligation whatsoever. And we'll be more than happy to share that with you. But right now, keep this in mind. it's extremely difficult to make a bad real estate decision right now because you have so many areas that are in so much of the favor of the buyer. We have prices that are down, inventory is shrinking, we have low interest rates. There's so many things. The number of sales has gone up. So we're seeing so many data points that are telling us that this market is making a move again and that the cycle has changed. The nice thing about real estate is, for those of you that are an old guy like me, we know that the real estate market moves in a much slower wave than other investment vehicles. And so we're really excited because the real estate market is definitely pointing up at this point, and we're really excited about that. It's very difficult to make a bad real estate decision right now.
Yep. So that concludes our short Park City Buyer's Edge webinar. We're going to try to bring these webinars to you on a regular basis to keep you updated, especially the buyers in this marketplace. So our contact information is on the screen. You can call us 435-487-0151 or toll free 800-535-0151. Or email us anytime. We might respond at midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, maybe during the day.
We're more than happy to get right back to you. Yeah. And I'd also like to bring up, for those people out there that perhaps have had IRAs, we just recently did a seminar on how to use your IRA to purchase real estate. So again, if you're unsure of that, you can go back and look at our webinar, contact us. We'll be happy to send it to you folks out there. Yep. Or just let us know that's what you want. We'll try to give you that information.
All right. So from Park City, we've got a lot of snow. Nice powder days the last couple of days. We're enjoying the snow.
We were both in powder in the last couple of days.
And if you're coming to Park City and you want to look at property, please drop us an email so we know in advance. Our schedules get very busy through the winter season, so we want to make sure we schedule the appropriate time.
I'm Ed, the old guy.
I'm Jerry, the young guy.
And we want to thank you for attending our Park City Buyer's Edge webinar this evening.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.